Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss the topic on producers and behavioral supply. This is a chapter on the economics. We are going to discuss a few questions about on this topic so that you can able to write the answers regarding this and how much you can write and what are the points you have to cover while writing this questions. That only we are going to discuss in this class. So I have discussed only with three questions for this class. So the first is that what causes the increase in return to factor? So this is a question. It comes very often that what are the increase in return to a factor? Because this question, return to a factor, return to a scale, this is a very important one. You can get it as a MCQ question also, as a very 2 marks question also. You can get it as a 3 marks question also, 4 marks questions. So anything you can get about this return to a factor, and this questions maximum time it comes, it repeat and again in every each and every year. That is the reason I have uh, decided to discuss with this questions and how you can write the answer of this question. See, the first is that increase in return to a factor occur due to the following reasons. First, what is the reason? Greater application of the variable factor ensures a fuller utilization of the fixed factor. This is the first reason of this increasing return to a factor. Second is that greater application of the variable factor facilitates better division of labor. So as we apply more of the variable factor, so this will give you a better division of labor. So when there's a division of labor, so this division of labor automatically it will help you to increase the return to a factor. Okay, next is a greater application of the variable factor. It also improves the coordination between the factors. So as we go on using more and more of the variable factors, it helps, or we can say it improves in the coordination between the factors. So this is the three reasons what is the increasing return to a factor. Why there is an increasing return to a factor. So the next, we move on to the next question, that is, this is also a very important one. What is the difference between this return to a factor and return to a scale? This question also comes very often. You can see in your question paper this type of questions repeated again and again. So in that case, how you are going to write the answer? First is that return to a factor are studied with reference to variable proportion. This you have to remember, this is a key point of this question, that variable proportion. And return to a scale is what? It's studied with a reference to constant proportion type of function. One is a variable proportion type of function, return to a factor, and return to a scale is a constant proportion type of production function. One is variable and one is constant. In this way you remember. I think if you remember in this way, that return to a factor is what? It's a reference with a variable proportion. Return to a scale is what? It's a reference with a constant proportion. In this way, remember, so you can able to write the answer correctly. Next is what? Return to a factor. Return to a factor is what? Return to a this is the second difference. Return to a factor is studied when one factor alone is a variable and other factors remain constant. This is return to a factor. When two factors are there, labor and capital, we can tell two factors are there. So one is variable and one is constant. This is in the case of return to a factor. And return to a scale is what? It studies where all the factors of production are variable and change in same proportion. And here in this case is what? All the factors are variable and all the factors change in same proportion. This is the case of return to scale. But return to a factor is what? Here only one factor is variable and another factor is constant. But return to scale is what? Where both the factors are variable. Next come on to the next difference. The third difference is that in case of return to a factor, scalar production does not change. But in case of return to scale, scalar production ought to change. So this is also The third difference is return to a factors. But this is a very in a simple language. I've written this. I have uploaded this only just for you so that you can be able to remember it, learn it, and you can be able to write in your exams. And in this way, if you remember, I think it is very easy for you to remember, and you can be able to write. You will hardly make any mistake. So this is a very important part. I think you, if you go through the videos again and again, you can be able to write it down, you can able to save it, you can share among your friends so that your friends also be benefited with it. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, that is a distinguish between extension of supply and increase in supply. This is also a very important question. So the demand chapter, that what is the difference between extension of supply and increase in supply. So this question is also very much, the students are very much confused regarding the question that what is this extension and what is the increase in supply. So today I think your maximum problem will be cleared off if you go through this video again and again. So first is that extension of supply. What is this extension of supply? Let us see. It refers to increase in quantity supply of a commodity due to increase in its price. This is the extension of supply. Quantity, when increase in the quantity supplied, what, due to the increase in price. And increase in supply means what? It refers to the increase in quantity supply of a commodity and an existing price. Whatever the price is given there, according to that price, if your quantity supply is changed, then we can tell this is a increase in supply. There is an increase in supply. But in the case of extension of supply is what? The quantity supply will be increased only due to the change in the price. If the price change, then only the quantity supply will increase. Okay, see the next difference between the extension of supply and increase in supply. In the case of extension of supply, what we know that it occurs due to change in own price of the commodity. Okay, it occurs due to the change in own price of the commodity. And in the case of increase in supply it occurs due to change in the factor other than the own price of a commodity. Here the own price of a commodity will remain constant. In the case of increase in supply, and other factors will go on change. Okay, other factors may be, you can tell taste and preferences of the consumer, you can tell the income of the consumer, you can tell about the technological changes, you can tell. Okay, so this is the extension of supply. So this is the increase in, this is the increase in your supply when other factors changes. Okay, next is what diagrammatically we can tell that it implies a downward movement along the supply curve, and increase in supply is what? It refers to the backward shift in the supply curve. Okay, that means in the case of increase in supply, that what it implies a backward shift in the supply curve, and in the case of extension of supply, what we can tell, it implies a downward movement along the supply curve. So this is the questions we have discussed in today's class. So in this type of videos I try to update regularly, so those who haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It will benefit for you and for also for your upcoming exams. Thanks for watching the channel.